Greetings, Andrew here, more commonly known as angryonion. Star Citizen has recently released Alpha 3.22 to the EPTU Wave 1 test environment, and I definitely wanted to give it a whirl. The biggest feature is the addition of structural salvage, or more colloquially known as hull munching. On first inspection, the ominous claw or clamps design was changed to a more menacing maw-like apparatus with an ever so fascinating to watch crusher thingy. Still don't know its proper name. I would have liked to have seen the clamp grab onto salvage and do something with it, but as with everything, all the ships kind of change over time, so it is what it is. We'll kind of see what comes up next. And naturally, with it being Bug Citizen, I couldn't get in through the personal lift here, so I had to jump in through the back. Next up was our normal salvage loop. Get up into space and find salvage to chomp on. Start off with our normal hull scraping. I can say that if you do not completely scrape everything, you will lose that material. Another update to the salvaging is both the Reclaimer and the Vulture have a buffer inventory. So the Vulture is going to have 14 SCU and the Reclaimer is going to have 360. So you can do a lot more salvaging and far less management of the boxes in the cargo. The next step in this is to begin fracturing. So my crew member here is going to open up the claw and start the fracturing process. Depending on the distance to and the size of the ship you're going to break apart, the time it takes can differ. I believe this was about 10 seconds or so. Once we've broken down our boxes, broken up the ships, the next step we got to do is to disintegrate them. So this is the act of actually completely destroying the hull pieces or the ship pieces here and to get it into our construction materials, which is the new commodity item that we have. I gotta be honest, it does look really silly how like this whole structure of the ship just disappears like into a rain of particles, and then like some, I don't know what you'd want to call it, a worm of little metals starts zipping into the claw. It's a good start. I can't help but laugh at it. The next step after our salvaging is complete is we want to go and move our boxes around. If we do want to sell this material, it can't actually be in the buffer. It does need to be in the cargo grid. So the first change you'll notice is that the dispensers are actually larger in the Reclaimer. It can dispense 1, 2, 8, and 16 SCU boxes. So once we're done dispensing all of our boxes, clearing up the buffer, we want to sell all of our cargo. And to do that, we want to go to admin offices. You'll find those over on the main planet stations or planet capital propers. Unfortunately, at the time of recording this, the servers had already filled up on all of the construction materials, and to my understanding, it's glitched so it won't reset, so no one can sell the materials at this point. I don't know that for a fact, but every time I've tried after recording this, I couldn't. So I'm just going to assume until it gets updated, we're not going to be able to sell anymore. So that's a quick rundown of my first experience into the new salvage system. Final thoughts is, I think it's a good first step. I do actually miss the claw. I would love to have seen it actually grab onto things, and then if you ever look inside the actual Reclaimer, is that same like grinder machine that would have been really cool to see, like parts of the ship being ground up. But in a kind of design standpoint, I do understand that that's a lot more layers that I don't think we should have. is necessary at this point in time in the development. So hopefully in the future we will see a change. I would love to see that. It's not necessary. As far as the hull munching itself goes, I think it would look a little more appealing if the ship like disintegrated slower rather than just popping out of existence and then just a couple particles here and there. But again, it is the first step, and I fully expect to see future changes. But at least we're getting kind of the final step of the salvage, and now it's just improving it what it is, and it can tie into like cargo running at this point as well, since we can spawn those boxes and you can pretty much like drop them out of the elevator, and then a hull C or something can pick them up, and the hull C would actually be able to stop at at one of the points and sell them. So that while I haven't tested that yet because the hull C is not actually in the PTU right now, but I definitely want to try that once it does activate, or once it does pop in. Looking at the cargo, I really enjoy how it's set up at this point. I would not be surprised if we do have more changes in the future, especially like reworking the cargo grid sizes. We did get a size increase that I kind of did forget to mention earlier, but that was mostly because of the different size you have in order for them to kind of connect together. They needed to upgrade the size of the cargo grid. As we wrap up here, I'd love to hear your comments on the new salvage system. What you like, what you don't like, things you might like to see in the future or not. I'd love to see what you have to say. Also, if you did enjoy your short time with me here, please give me a like and hit that subscribe button. It's been an absolute blast making this video, and again, my name is angryonion, and I'll see you in the verse.